What are you doing, Winston? There's not enough room for you and me on the pillow. And I still haven't got dirt in my coffee yet, so it's a win-win on that front. All right, so far we have 2 neon pothos now instead of 1. Feeling pretty hyped up about that. I have got my Begonia escargot repotted in a beautiful little pot here with its own little cute saucer as well. So what's next? This is my goldfish plant. And when I first got my goldfish plant, I think I got a little antsy in my pantsy, and I planted him in a little bit too large of a terracotta pot. So when I found him a little brother when I was at the nursery a couple of weekends ago, I thought, well, I'll just plant them up in the same pot. So that's what we're gonna do today. Now, one of these goldfish plants doesn't have any kind of spotting or anything underneath the leaves, and this one does. It has like some little red stains under the leaves. So it'll be 2 different kinds of goldfish plants, same pot. 2 plants, 1 pot. I just really, every time that I do something like this, I'm just like, please God, don't die. Don't die on me. To loosen it up because it has not been watered and it's dry. Come on, little buddy. You can do it. All right, there he goes. All right. So, just gonna loosen up some of the soil down here. This is not old soil by any means. I potted him. Obviously, you can see how juvenile this plant is. I potted him up probably like 3 weeks ago, I think. He was very small when I got him, a lot like this guy right here, who is going to get in the hot tub with him. Look at those balancing skills. Oh my goodness. So it'll be cool to see when they both bloom, whether or not they'll have the same kind of blooms or totally different color blooms or whatever. It'll be neat. But they'll both be in the same pot. Oh, and he's a dusty little critter too. They both need to be watered to cool. I kind of try to wait until my plants are a little bit dried out before I do stuff like this anyways. Number 1, I don't like to get super muddy when I'm doing it. But number 2, you're going to have to water them in anyways to kind of release the air pockets and whatnot out of the soil. So you don't want to suffocate your plants because they were wet and now you're watering them in and now they're wet again, and you just want to let them get a little dry, in my opinion. For God's sakes, don't listen to anything I have to say. I'll tell you that right now. Don't need anybody coming to me and saying I did something. Can you see how it's 2 different kinds of plants? That's pretty cool. I like it. I'm pretty like anal about not wanting multiple kinds of plants in one pot. Like, everybody's always trying to be like, well, why don't you make this planter and why don't you make that planter? And I like to look at them, but for me specifically, I like to have, I don't know. How did these guys get so close together? What happened? That row. I feel like I can't go back now. Nope. Can't go back now. They're too far in there. That row, Scooby. Anyways. Oh, but on the planter issue. Yeah, I just don't like planters myself. I mean, a lot of times one plant, in my opinion, will take over every other plant. And, you know, you'll have a sweet potato plant that'll take over this and that. And I think other people do it and it looks really nice. It's just not for me. I like to have each individual little plant there, and I can't wait till I get some little plastic name tags for each of my plants so I can really nerd out and write down what each little plant is. So that way if I forget anything, I can memorize it over time, because I really like going through the house and knowing all the not knowing all of them, but at least learning all of the names of the plants. That's pretty awesome. I like to do that. All right, cool. I don't know how it got so asymmetrical, kind of off to one side here. I feel like it kind of looks janky because of it, but hey, they'll grow into it. Yeah, they'll grow into it. It'll be fine. I know I get really up into it when I'm looking at it, but I have had a couple of aphid bugs out lately, and so I really get up on it when I'm staring at it. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and then we only got a couple more to go. It's going to be a long video, so I hope you're bored, and I hope you're drinking some coffee and just needing to just hang out and get some plant therapy, because we all need plant therapy. Coffee break. The next thing I'm going to be potting up today is this beautiful Begonia Morocco. And what a pleasure this thing has been ever since I brought it home. Not only have these big giant blooms started to actually bloom, but I can tell that there's just going to push out several more of them. And the new growth that comes in is way more red than the old growth. So it's just, I don't know if I've said this before, but I think it looks like crystals. Well, this sounds stupid, doesn't it? But I don't know. It's very crystallized. It's like if you took crystals and you were trying to make a representation of a plant, that's what I think it would look like. So stupid. Oh my God. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit of dirt down in there in the bottom. Like I said, you don't need anything down there. I mean, you can put something down there, but I don't need anything down there. We're gonna pull this little sucker out of the pot here. And I hope he does good, but he won't fit anywhere. This Begonia Morocco, it's pretty tall, especially the bloom stalk. So I tried to put it in there under my light just because when it's under an LED, the whatever it is on the leaf that makes it look like a crystal, it shines in there under the LED light. But ever since these bloom stalks grew, it's just not gonna work out. So right now he's in my closet, and I know that sounds really bad, but I have this beautiful window in there where the light's really shining through, and I just really want him to get all the juice that he needs to push those blooms out, because I always like to take pictures of the blooms and see how the blooms are different from each other on the different species and types of begonias that I have here at the house. So, and I'm pretty excited about the trailing ones that I picked up on my last trip, because the yellow blooms and the red blooms on those flowers are starting to open, and the which part of the plant is that? Is it pistil? The stamen. I think it's the stamen that has the pollen on it and things like that. The little stamens on it are completely corkscrewed and spiraled out, just like the behavior you would expect from a begonia. So if you want to go look at it, go check out my Instagram, and you can see a picture of the little stamens in there, and it's just really, really cool. And then after a couple of days of the flower being opened, the little twisted stamens pop out, and it's just like a billion little pieces of pollen in there, and it's really, really neat. So that's been interesting to watch also. Oh yeah, I can't do it on my knee anymore. I forgot. You guys just can't see it 100%. Sorry. We're just chilling anyways. I'll show you the finished product when everything's all done. I'll get them all up on the table to where you guys can have a look. But anyways, how are your guys' dogs? Do you guys have dogs? And if you have dogs, do your dogs have allergies? Because we've been having a really big problem with Winston lately. And I have, please don't judge me, but I have 5 dogs. So Winston's the only one who's having this huge like hive, some sort of weird dermatitis type of outbreak, which, you know, I feel bad for him, like extra bad for him, because I have a really bad case of eczema and like some psoriasis on the side. So when he's hurting because he has skin issues, I'm hurting for him. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but we went and got a shot this morning, and it sucked, and he didn't like it. So he's laying down right there just out of frame. I bet you it made him really tired too, because it's got something to do with killing an allergic reaction, and I don't know. If it's anything like Benadryl, it's probably knocking his ass right out. You know what I mean? Who knows though? Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know. You can't tell me where the mannequin came from? I told you, I don't know.
I love it how when I need to repot some plants, I put it off like it's really gonna take, you know, a lot of effort and concerted time and whatnot, but really once you get to sitting down here and doing it, it's not that bad. I really don't know why I put it off for so long. Because look at how beautiful it looks now. Begonia Morocco and the new, oh, Jesus, stick it in your mouth. Begonia Morocco in the new orange sherbet pot. Very cute. Very, very cute. I like it. Let me get this little tray. You see that? Bam! Looking cute. All right, put him over here on the done side. Done. Fungus gnat. Coffee break. Next plant. We're going to split, just like I did the neon pothos. We're going to split this marble, oh my gosh, can't get it out. There it goes. Marble Queen pothos. Same story as the first one, same story as my neon pothos. Every time I stick my moisture meter in there, I feel like I'm making a pothos kebab, and I don't like that feeling like I'm just right through the root system, you know? I want a healthy, developed root system. I don't want, you know, I don't want to make a root kebab every time I'm trying to check the moisture. And I'm thinking that a pretty good video to put out would be watch me water my plants, where I don't just show you a moisture meter. I walk around with the moisture meter and I actually show you how I measure, how I decide whether or not I'm going to water them, and how I water them when I make that decision. So I think that would be a pretty good video. I don't think really, people walk around and they may water, but I don't think they've ever walked around and used a moisture meter. It's super easy to use, but I don't know. I mean, maybe that would be a good piece of, you know, footage for someone to have if they were interested. So, I don't know what color pots that I had picked, so I'm going to have to figure it out now. I also have this silver pothos here that I'm going to split today, and I don't know. I think that's too hot. I think he needs blue and yellow, and I think that we're going to do like these, both of the pinks for the, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so preemptively, I'm gonna get me some dirt in the pot here. That's so crazy. It's like every time I go back to doing something with the plants, I completely forget about what we were talking about before I did it. I have a bad brain. We talked about dogs. What else did we talk about? We'll pull this big sucker out, and yes, it has got a freaking ton of roots down here. Really, you know what? Not as super root bound as I thought it was in there. Oh God, it's going everywhere. And it is getting scary out there. I mean, it is just as dark as it could be. As long as we're not getting tornado warnings, I'm good. When they start getting tornado warnings, I'm gonna start, you know, like hiding in kitchen cabinets like a dog and things like that. I don't do well with tornado warnings or tornadoes in general. And as you can tell from my accent, I'm right where tornadoes like to go. So, you know, kind of asking for it over here, parking my ass right in the middle of Tornado Alley and whatnot. But anyways, let's find a good spot to split this sucker. I'm trying to do it right down the middle. I love you. I'm sorry. Okay, the split is done. Put that one in there. We got our preemptive pot ready. Let's loosen these roots up just a little bit more. let's add insult to injury, shall we? Well, just like do it while we can. You know what I mean? So that when we're done screwing with it, we're done. Oh, this is gonna look cute, you guys. You need to go in your temporary spot so I can fill up your brother. Okie dokie. This is gonna look really cute. Lift this up a little bit. But anyways, I am super excited to go to Dallas this weekend. Like I said, I think on my last video, I'm delivering some puppies up there this weekend. So I've already got some nurseries locked down that I'm going to go visit. And I'm going to film visiting those nurseries. I don't know. I mean, unless they shut me down. You know, I'm just used to filming here in BFE. Where I live, so you know, who knows, they might come up to me and be like, ma'am.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
You know, I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know, someone might have their manager haircut on by the time I get up there, but who knows. But I'll give it a shot, and I'm really excited because I feel like everything that I pretty much can get around here I've got, because they're not the places that I, the places that I frequent here, they don't really typically, oh, my leg's asleep. The places that I go to around here, I don't think that they really order new stuff very often. I think that a lot of it's just things that I haven't seen up until this year, and then it's kind of like I've seen it all of what they're gonna get. Now, I may be wrong. They may surprise me and get some really cool stuff a month from now, and I will be really surprised and happy if that happens, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So I'm glad to go up to Dallas and see what they have, because I'm ready to see just a little bit of variety and see if I can't bring something home that I know for sure we ain't gonna find around here. So I think this looks freaking adorable. Are you feeling that? It's a marble queen, and I put it in this little creamy, it's not actually cream, it's actually a very pale yellow. It's like an Easter egg yellow color. I think it looks really cute. Oh, it's got dirt on it. We'll clean it up for the final shot though. It looks really good. Okay, let's get his brother in a pot before he dies of shock from just being a little root body. I love the variegation on this plant. Like, what a huge score. And I couldn't believe, this is another thing, I couldn't believe I couldn't find a freaking marble queen pothos where I live. I had to go 45 minutes out of town just to find that. So, you know. But I know I'm probably complaining, and there's probably places people live where they can't find jack squat for plants. I'm sure that exists also. So, champagne problems, you know. Champagne problems. But anyways, I'm excited. I'm like jacking up my plant numbers right now as we speak, as we are hanging out together and repotting my plants. I am increasing my plant collection number. You can't be mad about that. I felt a little disgusted with myself when my plant collection number reached like 100, because my husband would go around counting all the time, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I have 100 plants. But after the 100 mark, I just kind of embraced and especially because that's around the time that I started this YouTube channel. So I definitely just kind of embraced it at that point. And I was like, yeah, I've got 100 plus plants, and there's other people that have 100 plus plants too. So don't be looking at me like I'm weird. Don't make me pull up my Instagram account and show you the plant community, because it exists and it's real. And it's a good community. Good Lord. If you can think of a community that you'd like to be a part of on YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, or otherwise, definitely ain't the beauty community. It definitely ain't the gaming community. It's the plant community, because everybody in the plant community is super nice. I mean, super nice. So, excited to be here, guys. How does it look? What do you think? Oh, I'm short on dirt on this side. Hang on. Time out. I've never split plants before. I know that sounds really stupid, but you guys are going to do a lot of first stuff with me, you know. I've had a lot of these plants in nursery pots for a really, really long time. I just never really knew that you could kind of mess with your stuff like you could until I kind of started getting into the YouTube community. So I'm just super, super excited to do all this kinds of stuff. I haven't thought about the weather not one time also, besides while we were just chatting about it, but really nice. Marble Queen pothos. One Marble Queen, and now she's two. Working it out. Working it out. Boom! Last plant that we've got is our big silver pothos. She's long, she's strong, she's down to get the friction on. Sorry, I know this is a family channel. My bad. All right, and I've got hot pink and baby pink, and that's how we're gonna rock out with the silver pothos. Excited to get it on. Coffee break. Still no dirt in my coffee, so we're winning today. Side note on the Winston thing with that shot that he got today, the vet told me that if I didn't see some serious improvement with like the whelps that he has going on, which by the way, I went and bought oatmeal bath treatment, so we're gonna take a I say we're gonna take a soak, but please don't take that the wrong way. What I mean is I'm gonna kind of shortly sit in the bath with him so that he'll be happy to sit in the bath. So I guess me and my dog are going to take a damn soak together, but you know, whatever, you know what I mean. He needs to sit in a hot bath because he's just got these whelps all over him and they're scabbing up, and I just feel terrible for him. Jeez Louise, look at that root mass. I have a feeling like I'm going to lose control of this like really quickly. So I'm going to hold it in one hand, preemptively kind of fill up the bottoms of these. Y'all are going to see the travesty that is me. You're welcome. If he doesn't get better the next 2 days and his skin doesn't calm down, then we have to go back. And I don't know what that means, or if he's going to have to get a steroid or be on a constant regimen of Benadryl or what. Maybe we need some calamine lotion or something. I'm starting to wonder whether or not he got in poison ivy because it looks really bad. All right, we need to take a time out because I don't know how, I can't get through this root ball. My little girly hands can't get through it. Okay, wait, never mind. Hang on. We might be making some leeway. Turns out I'm just a quitter. Well, with these silver pothos, it's hard to see, like, the dirt. Okay, here we're making some room. I don't know if these two pots are going to... I don't know if these two pots are going to cover it. Oh, boy. Crap. That doesn't sound good. Sorry! Shit. Just be patient and work your way through. All right, cool. Look at what a cool piece of plant that is. All right, now I've got dirt in my actual shoe. So everything's going good. All right, we're gonna get this guy. That's like, I don't even know if this is a good idea. That doesn't even seem like a big enough pot. Okay. All right, we're just gonna put that big ball of roots in this pot, and that just seems ridiculous. Like, that's not even, oh well, we'll repot it at some point. Okay, get this crap out of the way. That is a crazy amount of roots. I was not expecting that. And that's like the only way I can do it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Ugh, do you think it's gonna make it? What do you think? Dang, I don't know. I feel like I really just tore the hell out of it. Step 1, tuck the roots inside of the pot. Step 2, don't kill your plant. Oh no. Okay, is this even connected? Okay, it is connected. Okay, All right. It's in there, but it's a freaking mess. I don't need to be stressed about it. It's happy plant time. It's not stress time. Jeez. Oh my gosh, it's like there's roots on the surface. Let's try to cover those up. Just a tasty Sid.
Just a tasty Sid.
Just like covering up leaves and roots and just all kinds of shit. Whoopsie. There we go. Okay, I feel a little bit better about that because at least the freaking roots are covered up. Okay. Superficially, it looks great, but I'm just worried that I may have murdered it and all of its family. Only time will tell. Super sick. You're a sicko!
You get away from me, you sick sicko!
You're sick! It's okay, Winston. He's trying to sit on the same pillow that I'm sitting on. It's not working out. I see you, Pumpkin! We're getting dirty! Winston! Okay. So, piece 1 of the sulfur pothos is out and in its own pot. Now, see if I can't kill the rest of this damn plant while I'm at it. All right, hot pink bowl coming up. We had to use all the dirt in that to try to not kill the first one. This thing is crazy unruly. Okay. Okay, so, you know, let me make the mistakes for you. Note to self, if you're going to be splitting up one of these big-ass silver pothos that you got from your, you know, local hardware store, be prepared and have more than one pot because these things are cray-cray in the root department. What are you doing, Winston? There's not enough room for you and me on the pillow. Mommy's getting stressed out about the silver pothos. Okay, so I had to take a time out and I had to completely unwind these two parts away from each other because I forgot that they had trailing pieces and they were all completely tangled. So I finally got piece number 2 in this hot pink pot right here. And I finally got most of the roots under the soil. I know they're pretty resilient. I'm sure it'll be fine. But you know me, nervous Nelly / worry wart. Always tripping. If there's something to trip about, I'm tripping. All right, that's plant number 2 for the silver pothos. Also a trailing piece. And if these stay alive, this will be really cool because I'll take... What in the hell is that?
Listen, pet dick. How would you like me to make your life a living?
Well, I'm not really ready for a relationship, Lois.
Here's hoping that silver pothos are as hardy and propagation worthy as they say they are. Because I did a number on both of these. I still have one to go and it's absolutely destroyed. But we're gonna make it work and we're gonna do pink again. So it's gonna be all three pink pots for my silver philodendron. What sucks about it being completely outrooted at this point is because this is the piece that has the longest bit of tendrils on it, and I think this is the piece that lost the most roots. So come back in a couple of weeks and I'll tell you if I screwed it up or not, or if I completely killed it. But I'm not feeling too hot about this one. And you can remember it's the pink pot, pink smooth pot. Those other 2 pots have the ribbing on them. It kind of helps if I put it on my knee and then I kind of backfill it like this. Oh, and it went in my lap. The houseplant diaries, you guys. This is what happens with people and their plants when no one's looking. They're pouring dirt in their lap. That's what they're doing. I'm not the only one. I know I'm not. All right. I hope she looks better on camera than she looks from my angle because, whew, Did a number on her. Well, she's got some exposed roots in the air right here. Let's try to put those back where they go. I know I'm being a little nitpicky, but I do want it to live, you know. Please plant Jesus. Cover up those roots on top. Scratch your face. Don't get dirt on your lip. Let go. I don't know if you guys can hear that thunder out there, but it's starting to sound pretty intense. Okay, there she is. Finished product number 3 out of that one pot that I got out at Lowe's. And I think it was $14. So after splitting it up, 1, 2, 3 pretty good sized plants, if you ask me. And hopefully now they have a little bit of room to grow, and hopefully I didn't murder their entire root system.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Which, you know, I could have done. We'll see. I'll catch it back up with you. I'll show you all that, but that's it, you guys. We literally hung out and potted everything that I have to pot up today. I do have more stuff to pot up, but don't we all? It's always just a never-ending road full of stuff we need to pot. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me so we could pot up some plants together. It was cool to sit and talk about what's been going on with Winston and the flooding, and to chill out and space out and disassociate from all the stress in the world. And it was cool. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for sitting on my plant room floor with me and chilling. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, I always space out at the very end. I don't know why I do that, but anyways, peace out. Later, taters. Catch you on the flip side. Bye bye. Now that I'm super tired from all that strenuous, ooh, look how bright those neon pothos look. Ooh, look at you, escargot. Now that I'm all wore out and tuckered out from repotting all this stuff and sitting on the floor, guess what? Now you get to clean up the mess.